Hello YouTube, it's your girl Acacia. So I'm in my room because my sister stayed the night, and so she's occupying my living room, and so I'm in my bedroom talking to you guys about don't come crying to the fucking internet, especially to be more relatable. You don't want to be relatable to people who fucking cry. I'm telling you guys, like, I saw this video of this influencer crying, talking about her past and all her woes, so have you. And then a girl got on TikTok, making a think piece saying, oh my gosh, now that I've seen her crying, she is just so relatable. And that shit triggered the fuck out of me, especially after making that last Insecure video, y'all. That shit triggered me. Why does anyone have to cry to seem more relatable to your insecure ass? Why does anyone have to fucking be down in the dumps, down low, just sad and downtrodden to be more relatable to you? Bitch, are you a downtrodden ass bitch? And then to you, why does someone have to cry for you to see relation to her? Are you a sad ass bitch? Why does she have to be downtrodden and sad for you to be like, oh, come here? And the reason why it triggered me is because there are so many times people would bully me in the workplace. People would try and bully me in general. And then, because I'm younger and not connected to God or who I am and what the fuck you're really trying to do, I will cry. And I'll let you see that I cried, right? And the people will be like, oh my gosh, she's crying. I'm so sorry. You're so relatable. Oh my gosh, you have feelings. Like, are y'all dumb? Everyone has fucking feelings. Everyone. Everyone. You just want a bitch to seem downtrodden so you can get close to her and connect with her on a level that you're downtrodden on. There has never been any fucking case where I've seen an influencer or a celebrity, anyone fucking crying, and I was like, you seem more relatable. I think I see myself in you now. I think I can officially, finally support you. Do y'all not know how that sounds? And anytime someone has been softer to me after seeing me cry in a moment, I have always thought you're a weird ass bitch. And you trying to comfort me in a sad moment that you low-key created, and now all of a sudden, you're nicer to me because I'm crying and I seem more relatable, and you want to back off because I'm real and I have like that. Y'all so fake and fraudulent, and I don't care to relate to people like you. People come and crying to the internet, and then people are like, oh my gosh, now you seem relatable. Those are the fake bitches who were rude to you until you seemed relatable. Why the fuck would you bully me until I cried, and then all of a sudden I seem relatable, and now you want to chill the fuck out? You're a fake ass, weird ass, dumb ass bitch. And y'all come into the internet crying to garnish sympathy from these whack ass, weird ass individuals. It's a weird ass cycle. Stop coming to the internet crying about problems people actually want you to have to seem relatable to their issues, to their problems. I can only peep a bitch winning and see myself in that and follow her and subscribe to her. I see myself in that, we winning. Period. Follow. Y'all like, oh my gosh, she's finally down. Follow. She's finally crying. She's finally showing a tear. Now she's crying. Now I'm crying. Now we're all crying. I'm sorry, I always seem so serious. Let me chill out. Hey y'all, how y'all doing? Sorry, I just hate that shit. I woke up today, y'all scrolling my phone, and that shit triggered me. I was like, damn, for a bitch to fucking cry, that's when she seemed relatable to your sad ass. Like, oh, I'm making a, like, I don't even care how long this video is either. It could be short and sweet just to get the message driven to these insecure bitches. No one's crying to make you relatable. And once I realized that bitches kept being nicer to me, once I started crying, that's when I literally had to like strengthen up and buck up, because you bitches just want me down, and that's only when you can have me around is when I'm sad and crying and shit, right? That's the only time I seem relatable to you, saddest. Okay, yeah. You're never gonna see me fucking cry. Like, the only time you guys will get a tear out of me on social media is for God. for God, for my love of God, for just what he has done in my life, for how he shows himself, for how strong and able-bodied he is in my life. Like, God, mommy. Okay, that's when you might get a freaking tear. Shit, I could do it right now because I just love him. But that to cry because of the past, to cry because of what, no. I'm not going to cry on here about some shit that no longer actually makes me sad because I'm healed, to seem relatable to people who really gotta heal. You know, it's not happening. So y'all can cry on this internet shit, seem more relatable, but you're only making yourself relatable to sad ass bitches. I'm sorry, me, like when I see Kim Kardashian cry already on her show because they be crying too damn much. Y'all think that's relatable? At some point, it's like y'all gotta stop crying. The only time I think like it's okay to like really like is just to spread awareness to a situation and to be like, okay, this happened, but to come on here like y'all, like Madonna, I saw a Madonna interview and I only saw clips and pieces, but I didn't give a fuck to watch the whole thing because I'm so tired of successful as people crying about anything, actually. And it's not because you can't have tears, but go to God. Why the fuck would you get all this success and then you get on an interview and you want to talk about God. Talk about how great God has been in your life. Talk about how you, low-key, didn't even need to do much just to get here and do the interview. Talk about that. But you want to talk about, like, who did this and I'm so relatable. You're not relatable. You're annoying. If you cannot use your platform to talk about serious-ass shit to change people's minds, but you want to get here and talk about your problems like we really, like, give a rat's ass about your problem, like, the shit's annoying. Madonna, talk about God. Talk about some serious-ass shit. But you want to talk about how you was... Anyone. Sorry, it's not just Madonna. I just saw clips of her shit and I was just like, bitch, that's all you want to talk about? After all the success and now you dating young boys and shit, you don't want to talk about how hot the young boys are? You want to talk about sadness and what people have done? No one gives a fuck about what shit people... No one. I'm not... To me, like, I've healed from my past and like, to me, I have a past where I could be like this and tell y'all and y'all could be like this but to me, what do I get from that? I mean, obviously helping other people, like, you've been through it, I've been through it, this is how, like, and I'm definitely gonna put out videos, like, but to cry and act like that shit still tears me apart, you know, like, no, it's time to move in strength. Like I told you on another video, who would you be if you could never bring up your past trauma? Who would you be in conversations? Who would you be to people? Who would you be to yourself if you could never relive and talk and bring up, even in your own head, your past trauma? You would then realize if you could not talk about your trauma, you would have to be all awesome. You would have to be all up in the game. You would have to talk about your winnings, who you are, your passions. You would have to talk about, you'd be forced to talk about other things, is what I'm getting at. You'd be forced to move on. Right? And no one wants to do that. Everyone wants to be sad and have a story. Let that story go. Stop trying to come on the internet crying to insecure, because that's all you're crying to is insecure individuals. People who are not secure in their life. People who could cry right now, actually. You don't want to be relatable because that don't get shit done. And you're only, okay, like there's like you don't really, okay, this is what I'm essentially saying, is you don't get really there's no depth in coming on the internet crying. There's no depth in crying. Insecure people will make it seem like that. They'll make it seem like, oh, she cried, and so she is obviously more in depth where I can follow her, and that's how they'll frame it. But really what they're fucking saying is she's cried, she's low, I'm kind of low too, I can get with that. She don't seem high and mighty like she's winning. She ain't high and mighty like she winning all the time, like she be presenting. I can get with that. There's no depth in crying. There's no depth in tears. None at all. But insecure people will make you feel that way. Like there's a real depth in being emotional. Right? And that's not the truth. Like, I don't get why anyone would have to be really sad and downtrodden for you to relate, you know? But anyways, I wanted to make this video I didn't care how long or short or sweet it was, just to get my point across that stop crying on the internet. You're only relating to weird, sad individuals. Winners are gonna look at that and be like, swipe. What the fuck are you crying for? And you got this platform to reach out to a whole bunch of people and you want to swipe. Like, if y'all, like, think about it. Like, if you wanted to be famous right now and you were to do an interview, would you literally get on that interview and be like, grab that mic and be like, yeah, so, and when I was a child, I was touched and I was bullied and my parents fought all the time and, tear and another tear. Everyone has a fucking past. Everyone has shit they had to heal from. But the sad individual, all they want to talk about is that shit. All they want to talk about is what had happened. What had happened. Not what is happening. Get up on that panel, and if you were to be interviewed today, the greatness of God and how he has brought me through situations. Like, I was about to be a real ass loser until God saved me. Hallelujah. And that's why I'm here on this platform. Let me tell you about it. And let's move out of strength. Can we get with it? All right now. Cheers to that. Cheers to life. No more crying and thinking you get cool points for that. Cheers. You do not get kudos. Even with God, y'all. I know, and that sucks. You don't get kudo points with God crying all the time. You don't get kudo points with God being all sad all the time. You get kudo points in understanding why shit happened, why you had to go through it. Like, people, like, at some point, y'all gotta get past crying about your fucking parents. What your parent or parents did or didn't do. What or what didn't happen. You know what I mean? Everyone got their story, but at some point, this is it, okay? And this is what I spiritually feel, and this is what I will always tell people, is you chose your parents. Whether you know it, you came to this life knowing exactly how your mom was going to treat you, knowing exactly how your father was going to treat you, or lack thereof. You knew exactly what was going to go down, okay? But in your lack of knowledge, okay, in your lack of communication with God, you got lost in the feelings of it all, not the reality, not what you chose before you came here. And so there are people who are pissed at their parents, pissed at what they did or didn't do, pissed at them being there or not being there, but that's what you chose. And if you could only find the strength in that, and you know what's crazy is if you've been sad about it, even hearing this message, if you could just pull some strength to yourself, you could get up out of that. Whatever you think your parents chose for you. You know, because some people are living lives they think that we're chosen, right? It's only when you wake up and realize, you know what? I chose for my father not to be there. I chose for my mom to be emotionally gone. I don't know. There's a different word. You guys probably know what I was trying to say. Like being emotionally detached. There's a reason in that, right? Like there's a reason I wanted this space from them, because a lot of people actually like are really attached to their parents, like attached to their hip, like, mom, should I wear this? Mom, what do you think? Dad, what do you think? Right, really, really attached in that way. But you chose a life where you would be detached from that opinion and from that connection, so that you would literally come here and live your own life, right? But some people don't think they chose that. They don't think they chose adoption. They don't think they chose any of that. So what do they go through is victimhood. Now victimhood. They're living in victimhood. Until you realize that you chose your parents, until you realize you chose this way of kind of coming about the vagina and in this world and living, you will always be a victim to your own circumstances, into your own mind, into your own everything. When you wake up and realize that you chose that shit, you chose it, you can get some power back and get this thing rolling and going, right? But some people want to stay in that victimhood of this happened to me, you know, me. Not in the spiritual sense of, oh, I chose that. I probably chose for us to not have that communication, so I would kind of be free from just your opinion this lifetime or your whatever. no one thinks that way. And then like if your parent wasn't there, like my dad, me and him have a really good relationship right now, but he was very non-existent growing up. And to me, I think I spiritually chose it that way, because now that I'm around him now, and just the I'm sorry, Dad, I love you, but the shit you be saying and some of the stuff you be doing, I'm like, okay, I get it. I get why you couldn't be around me in my fundamental years where my brain was really, really, really developing, because God did not want whatever the fuck you just said to be placed in my mental growing the fuck up. I get it now. No one gets it, you know? Like, and I only connected with my father because my mom's like, you know what, you would really know about yourself kicking it with him. And I'm glad I kicked it with him, because I realized, oh, it was me spiritually who didn't want you around. And now that I'm developed, you can come in, but because your say so has, I take it with a grain of salt, right? Only and then do you realize you chose these things. You chose this freedom. You chose to be like a wild wolf, this plain field, okay? You chose to have a disconnection with your mom, because like if you really think about it and sit back, maybe, and when you really heal, some of her values don't align, and so you created that distance younger and early on, so that when you're older you can be free and go and flow and search the mountains and the horizons, and you know, be this little Pocahontas baddie searching, right? It's only when you realize that you created that. And I do believe, like, when they say, like, when you grow, when you have like a turmoil childhood, you bring that to your high school, and you were only bullied because you were like having a tumultuous childhood home. I could get with that a little bit, I guess. Like, essentially having a bad home, a bad stability, that you go out and it kind of like follows you, right? Because like I used to feel like I don't know. Anywho, this kind of trailed. But anyways, I'm actually gonna end it now. I love you guys. You don't have to cry and be sad to be relatable to anybody. It's actually like a logic error to think that if I cry, now all of a sudden I'm close to you, that I would want to be close to you because we crying. Bitch, what would make you think I'm like, just because I'm crying, I want to be close to your really actually hidden sad ass? I don't want it. And that's why, like, when people, like, when they have always acted like they was like they could see me better now that I was crying, like I created such a distance, it wasn't even funny. People only wanting to hug you and stuff because they see you showing actual emotion. Like, you, like, logic error, you don't know everyone has fucking emotion. Isn't that why you guys adore dogs and parrots? Because they replicate humans. Like, it's almost like, oh my gosh, you're showing emotion, you can talk, parrot. Like, everything has emotion, you dumb twits. Stop being fucking okay. I love you guys. That's it. You don't have to cry to be relatable. You don't.